June 13th, it is 10:40 a.m. This is a timestamp so you know when this video was made. It was made on Sunday, June 13th at 10:40. To make this quick, in the recent past, the Prime Minister and others, in responding to a gentleman from the South, I believe it was the South or the Faizabad Chamber of Commerce, a fellow named Arjun, who had said in the public space that he is aware that there are certain people bringing in certain vaccines for private use outside of the ministry. And they went to town debunking this man. Now, I have heard repeatedly of different situations of where that was taking place in the country, but I had assumed that everyone also assumed in this country that all of that was taking place. So I didn't make a fuss about it because, like everything else in this banana republic, I expected that to take place. But Mr. Arjun went on TV6 with Fazir Mohammed and he made his statement, but he had no evidence to back up his statement. Now I want to show you something that I'm about to read for you. This is all I could show you. This is a State Department letter. The United States State Department. On United States State Department letterhead. This happened in Trinidad yesterday. So they always tell you bring the evidence. I have the evidence. The moment I got this evidence, the first person I called was the Commissioner of Police, Gary Griffith, to let him know that I had this in my possession. And he asked me to forward it to him, which I have already done. The Commissioner of Police has a copy of this. From a legal point of view, right? This letter is not addressed to anyone. It is on United States Department of State letterhead, Bureau of Medical Services. And it is duly signed by a medical officer of the Bureau of Medical Services. But it is addressed to whom it may concern. Please be advised that name, date of birth, a U.S. Department of State officer traveling from location to Port of Spain, Trinidad and Tobago, is authorized to carry the following vaccinations and supplies for official use. 80 vials Pfizer COVID vaccine, 400 1 milliliter syringes, 100 vials vaccine diluent. Thank you for your cooperation and understanding. Please do not hesitate to contact us directly with questions or concerns. 80 vials is 10 in a vial. So that is 800 doses of Pfizer vaccine and 400 syringes for their application. Now, this here is information and evidence that Pfizer and other vaccines are being brought into the country. And the problem with this one and how I and others come to have this, because I'm aware that other persons have also been given a copy of this, is that this person didn't have any official documents from the Trinidad and Tobago side to be able to clear it. So Customs red flagged it, even though it is from the United States Department of State. When Customs red flagged it, they were told it was for the Chief Pharmaceutical Officer or the Chief Pharmacist Officer or whatever his title is. But when that person was contacted, he had no official documents. And if you're bringing in 800 Pfizer doses or 400 Pfizer doses, in case it is 5 in a vial and not 10 like Sinopharm, because I'm trying to understand why they would have 400 syringes. In case it's 5, it's 400 doses, but it's 80 vials. And if you are the chief pharmacist and you are representing the state, the nation state of Trinidad and Tobago, and you are aware of the importation of a shipment of Pfizer vaccines, you would have documentation ready for customs. The courier had no documents, and the chief pharmacist had no documents. So customs, I have been told, this is still ongoing, seized the shipment, or the courier abandoned the shipment to customs. And representatives, I have been told, of Trinidad and Tobago Defense Force came and took possession under the Emergency Powers Act. So this morning, all I am saying, if this was for the United States Embassy, this would have come through the diplomatic pouch. Our customs don't interfere with that. Our customs don't get to look into the diplomatic pouch. So that's not for the United States Embassy. If this was for the Army would have had documentation under the Emergency Powers Act that they are expecting this. If this was for the Ministry of Health or the Chief Pharmaceutical Officer, the Chief Pharmacist, whatever his title is, he would have an importation document prepared for customs due channels. None of that was done. So as of this morning, all that we know was that someone with foreign credentials was bringing vaccines through customs with a "to whom it may concern" letter, expecting the U.S. Department of State letterhead to frighten them into letting it go through. Customs flagged it, customs stopped it. My question this morning, in a country this corrupt, how many of these shipments have come to Trinidad and Tobago? Who was this shipment for? This requires an investigation. And if anything should prompt an investigation into the claims made by others in this country, this is enough smoking gun to ask the question, who has the authority and the funding to be importing private shipments of Pfizer and other vaccinations that the Prime Minister of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago either is unaware of or pretends to be unaware of it? And that is a serious situation. And today, I am calling on the Chief Medical Officer, the Minister of Health, and no less than the Prime Minister, to explain what exactly is going on with vaccines